Okay, let's go from here.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everyone. I share my screen. Okay, let's go see the information together. The first important information is that you can find the recording of each weekly training in the YouTube channel. This is very important for everyone.
And Pasquale, especially the topic of tonight, I warmly recommend to everyone to check again this training and check again the recording because it's very important you understand some very important things. Okay? Sorry.
This topic is the heart of our business for me, for my opinion. In my opinion, sorry. Okay, we have great things this summer because the first important information is the price of our service. This price will be blocked until August 28th. And we have 40 cents of dollars for kilos for our service and 4 cents for single CSR 26 from 25 July 2026 until 28 August. We are blocked the price, the Corsair blocked the price for this summer. And another big information is the bonus promotion canteen about our service, and we have more 30% extra bonus, and this promotion will be available until 28 August for this summer. The company help us for our job, and the price of our service with this promotion until August 28 is $0.31 for kilo, and the price of single credit is 0.031 cents of dollars for single CSR 26. The information are very important. More information. Summer sales boost with a big promotion because the promotion continue with personal first line unilevel commission boost. Corsair Connect partners can now earn increased commission from their total personal first line sales. First information is $500 until $99 now pays an additional more 25% on the normal commission, minimum one package of at least $500.
So this means, just a second, Pasquale, 25% more in your personal sales, okay, in your personal sales. So this means that, for example, in our personal sale, we get paid 12%. So with this extra 25% in commission is like if we get paid in all our service 15%. So instead of 12%, 50% in commission in our first line.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. And the $1,000 until $3,099, we have more 50% on the normal commission. Minimum two separate packages of at least 500 each.
With the same,
With
yeah, with the same thing, this means that instead of 12%, okay, if I sell for this week a personal selling between $1,000 and 3,999, I get paid on my personal selling not 12 but 18%.
is a very biggest opportunity. This and we have another incentive is $4,000 or more, more 100% on the normal commission, minimum three separate packages of at least of 500 each. Only the highest achieved commission tier applies. Andrea, do you want
Well,
add?
instead of 12%, we get the 24% in commission. I mean, I sell 4,000, I don't know, $5,000 package, I get 24% in commission. These are something like $1,000, something like that, you know.
This
And
summer?
yeah, sorry, Pasquale, go.
No. This summer for each partner is a very, very hot summer.
Yeah, and what is important is this, just to tell you, this promotion, okay, this is just for 1 week, okay? But in reality, a similar promotion of this will be up and running for 4 weeks. So always till the 28th of August. But what will happen from the next week? That to get the 25%, the 50%, or 100%, simply the amount of production will increase. So we will follow with 25 and 50 and 100% double commission. But for example, instead of $4,000 in your personal selling, maybe you will need $6,000 to have the same one. So this is only for this week, but this will follow for even for the next 3 weeks till the 28th of August.
Okay. We have another opportunity with exclusive star rank boost because for current 0 star, 1 star, and 2 star partners, we have 100% additional TSV will be applied exclusively toward qualification for the next star rank. And Andrea, I am very incredible, very amazing promotion this summer.
Yes, of course.
From Corsair.
Of course, we speak about our personal selling. So what this means, for example, I am a 0 star. Normally, to reach the first star, I need $10,000. Of course, with the clausule of 50% and 50%, but $10,000. For this week, I can go to the first star only with $5,000. $5,000, I mean 2,500 and the other 2,500 in other legs. So with half production, I can reach the 1 star. But what is important, I don't know, Pasquale, if he's already explained after the explication. Please follow, maybe you have. Yes, exactly. This is important, okay? Because, okay, you want to follow, Pasquale? Okay.
Okay, I read this slide, calculated from personal first line sales only.
Exactly. I mean that this is calculated in my personal selling, and this is only for me. Okay.
Not from applying.
Not
only
for
like
me. Like it's written there. It does not propagate to the sponsor. I mean, this double 100 TSV is only for me. Is not for my sponsor. Is only on my personal selling.
Okay. Very important is I keep the upgrade this week to lock in the new rank. Okay. If no upgrade is achieved, the incentive TSV is removed. There is no carry over. A valid and active pro access pass is required. Pro access to $10.
I mean
Okay?
that this rule are very important because if, for example, this week with the $5,000 I can reach the first star, done, perfect. But for example, if I produce $4,900, so I don't reach the 5,000 necessarily for the first star, from Saturday morning, this promotion will be blocked. I mean, I can't use the production of these weeks even for next week. So I will go again to zero, and I have to do again the 5,000, because this again, even this promotion is till the 28th of August. Okay, but this is calculated every week. Every week. If I don't reach, this is not a cumulative. I can't add the production in 4 weeks. Every weeks go to zero. Of course, I get the commission, but then go to zero.
Clear, Andrea. The bonus campaign starts this week and will last for 4 weeks. Each week, the challenge will become more demanding with an increasing level of difficult, like you say, Andrea.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Andrea.
So I believe, thank you, Pasquale. I believe will be a very, very funny month of August. So this 4 promotion will stay till the 28th of August. But of course, every week, especially to get the 25, 50, and 100% of extra commission, the amount of production needed will increase. So take advantage now, because every week you will need to produce more to get this extra commission. Okay, so let me go to the topic of tonight. I believe is something really, really interesting for you to understand. Let's speak about this, okay? Let's speak about the Corsair Capital. Becoming shareholders in the future of advanced plastic recycling. Let me go. Okay, what the next let me check. Yes, the next 40 minutes, around about 40 minutes, will be split in 4 different topics, in 4 different modules. In the first part, I will explain you perfectly what is Corsair Capital, the vehicle, the structure, and how to become a shareholder. In the second part, we will see the growth potential. I mean, we will analyze the private phase, which is today, and the listing of the Corsair Group in the stock exchange tomorrow. Then we will go work for equity. So simply work, do your job, make the career, and become the shareholder in the Corsair Capital. How Corsair Connect makes you a shareholder while you are working. And the last point will be the market. I will simply show you what the other companies in the chemical recycling or in the mechanical recycling are doing, and how the public markets value in our sector. So let's start from here. Let's start from this first module, okay? Corsair Capital, the gateway to the growth, to the group. I mean, the gateway is the only way to enter like investor in the Corsair Group is the Corsair Capital. Corsair Group International Holding is the parent company of the entire Corsair universe. That is the mama, the Corsair Group International Holding. Corsair Capital is the gateway for those wishing to become partners. And you can see here, this is the mama of everything. Corsair Group International Holding, based in Holland, okay? The parent company, the mama of everything. Holders of Corsair Capital shares become indirect shareholders in the entire ecosystem. The factories already in operation and the expansion into Europe, Asia, and North Africa. So the Corsair Capital is the vehicle, is the investment vehicle to join, to become a shareholder in the Corsair Group. Why till, you see, okay, I didn't translate this, till the 5% in each project. I mean, the Corsair Capital is a company owned by the Corsair Group International Holding. Great. The Corsair Capital owns a percentage of each project. For example, today we have the Bangkok one. So the 5% of the property of the course of the facility Bangkok one is owned by the Corsair Capital. Even the Bangkok two. The Bangkok 2, the 5% of the property of the Bangkok 2, because for each project, the Corsair create a new company. So the 5% of the Bangkok 2 is owned by the Corsair Capital. Even for the Bangkok 3, even for the first project in Finland, here in Europe, the 5% of the first project in Finland, in Kaipola, is owned by the Corsair Capital, and more. So new plant, new facility we are going to develop in the next month, in the next years, in Europe, in Asia, and the United States. So this is important to understand for you. You aren't an owner of a single project. So if I am a shareholder in the Corsair Capital, I am not owner of a single project. You are a shareholder in the engine that owns a piece of all the Corsair project. And look at this, for example, up to 5% of the Corsair Group International Holding itself by 2029 via share exchange. I mean, the development of the Corsair Capital will take 4 years. 4 years to reach the final step of the Corsair Capital. We start in 2025 with the first step, with the first public selling of investment from the Corsair Capital in 2025. Now we are in 2026, and now why we decided to speak about this topic tonight? Because I had a Zoom with the CEO of the Corsair Group, with Giuseppe Loranta, with my top historical on Saturday morning. We were there almost 2 hours. And we spoke about a lot of things, of course. One of the information was that now in August, September, we will be ready to launch the second round of the Corsair Capital. But before we launch the second round of the Corsair Capital, all the previous shareholders, all the previous investors who bought shares in the Corsair Capital, and even all the Corsair Connect partners who reach the 3rd star, the 4th star, the 5th star, and they will get the shares of the Corsair Capital. And so before we launch the second round of the Corsair Capital, we will distribute, and we start this week. We start this week, and in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, all the people will get the shares. And I want just to remind you, I am in the network marketing for 33 years now, and I never get any share for any company which I work. This is the first time in my life which I will become the owner of a piece of the company which I have created to work. I have a work to create, sorry. And again, look, up to 5% of the Corsair Group itself by 2025 will go in the ownership of the Corsair Capital. Now, in the first round, the 2% of the mama was selling to the Corsair Capital. So right now, the Corsair Capital owns the 2% of the big mama, of the big Corsair Group International Holding. And now, because in this 4 year, we will create the Corsair Capital, 2% the first year. This year, 2020, another 1% of the mama will go in the ownership of the Corsair Connect, another 1% next year, and the last 1% in 2028. So in total, at the end, the Corsair Capital will own the 5% of all the Corsair Group. When I speak about the Corsair Group, I speak about everything, not only the facility, but even the network. Because the Corsair Connect network is owned by the Corsair Group. So even the 5% of the property of the network will go to the Corsair Capital. And the same for the CSR, for all the CSR plastic credit that have the Corsair Group. So this is something very important to understand. How it worked the first round, how it happened last year, 2025. Minimum investment, it was $100. And the broker which work in this launch of the Corsair Capital was the CrowdX. This is the broker, the company. Regulated platform, they have a platform regulated by all the European Union, and not only, called Eurivex, security, custody, plus secondary market. So I mean, how many times I repeat you that when we speak about the Corsair Group, about our packages that we sell with the Corsair Connect, we don't sell investment. When I listen someone that speak about investment, I can kill. I can close the account. We don't sell investment. We sell a plastic waste removal service. But regarding the Corsair Capital, this is a pure investment. 100% investment. This is why we are not allowed to sell this investment, and this is why we have a broker licensed in all Europe, in all the 27 countries in Europe, which is licensed to sell this investment in the Corsair Capital. And listen to this. This is very important information for you. This is the Corsair Group International Holding evaluation at the end of 2025. The Corsair Group was evaluated 250 million euro at the end of last year. And all the shares that now are going to be released into the market, starting from this week, are based on this value. The value, this was an external auditing from an external company that make a calculation of the value of the Corsair Group, and this evaluation was 250 million. On base of that, the share will be divided to all the investors. Now let's go to the second part of this meeting. Two value growth drivers. Two engines that are going to push the growth of the Corsair Capital. The first engine is the private phase, where we are today. Okay, till the end of 2028 in reality, because the creation of the Corsair Capital will took 4 years. So 2025, 26, 27, and 28. So in the beginning of 2029, we will have another completely different situation. Why? This is the private phase, because in this moment, the Corsair Group is still a private company. We are not listed in any exchange. The goal of the company is to go in the next 3 years, okay, 2-3 years, to the New York Stock Exchange and to list officially the Corsair Group there. So what happened in this moment? Let's speak about the value of the Corsair Capital today. 5% stakes in 25 operational industrial projects worldwide. So I mean that in this 4 year that we are going to create the Corsair Capital, the 5% of 25 projects will be in the property, will be sold to the Corsair Capital. So if I am a shareholder in the Corsair Capital, I will own the 5% of 25 new projects all around the world. Conservative valuation, 30 million for each project, 48 million at the steady state. in a full capacity. What this means? When we speak, let me tell you just some information because you need this information. When we speak about project, Corsair project, okay, let's make an example. Bangkok 1 is a project. Bangkok 2 is another project. Bangkok 3 is another project. Finland, the first project. Each project is created with 10 reactors, with 10 plants. So one project with 10 plants, when the 10 plants are there, the value for each project is something like 30 million euro. But when these 10 reactors are in operational in a full capacity 100%, the value for each project will go to 48 million for each project. Stake of up to 5% in the holding company Corsair Group International Holding, which is targeting 80 projects. So you have shares in the Corsair Capital in 25 projects, but not only, because the Corsair Capital owns the 5% of the Corsair Mama. And the goal of the Corsair Group for in the next 4 years is to have at least 80 projects, 80, up and running all around the world. So this means potential dividends and investment in sector assets. When you have shares in the Corsair Capital, you are an owner, and at least 1 time a year you will get the dividends. Maybe it can be 1 time a year, maybe it can be 2 times a year, maybe it can be a quarterly dividend, because you are the owner of the company. Of course, the value increase if the plan is implemented. More active plans, higher value of equity interest. More facility, more plants, more oil, and more will increase the value. This is the first part where we are now, the engine that will create the value of the Corsair Capital. But in the future, the second step is the valuation. The Corsair Group announced its intention to pursue a direct listing on the stock market in the New York Exchange. And even in the keys is the paper that our broker give to all the investors, is written that the Corsair Group is planned to be listed in a public stock exchange. A listing brings a transparent market price, liquidity, and international visibility. The plan through 2029 in figures. These are number from the management, and this number you can find in all official documents for our investors. So 25 industrial projects, 5% owned by the Corsair Capital, 80 facility owned from the Corsair Group across 6 continents. This is the goal of the company through 2029. The value of the company, this is declared in all the documents to our investors. The goal of the company is to reach $1.7 billion. This is the estimated value of this Corsair Group International Holding at the moment that the company will go listed in the public market. Let me explain you something. Why normally company go on the public market? Why the company go? They want to be listed in the public market to have investors, to receive liquidity. Let me make you an example. So the goal of the company till 2028 is to go listed in the public market in the New York Stock Exchange. Of course, the company, the owner will not sell 100% of the company. At least they will give the 51% to have the control of the company. But let's make an example. In 3-4 years from now, the value of the Corsair Group will be 1.7 billion euro. For example, the company will sell in this public market in the New York Stock Exchange only the 10% of the ownership of this company. This is only an example, okay? It's only an example. If the company will sell the 10% of the company and the value at that moment will be 1.7 billion, what this mean? That the value of the 10% is 170 million euro. So going in the open exchange, the Corsair will receive 170 million euro in liquidity to follow the investment in their project. And at that moment, for the end of 2028, the goal, the project value of the Corsair Capital is estimated to be around about 136 million euro. So this is the value of the Corsair Capital. Of course, these are management projections contained in the keys, the official document for the investors. And just to tell you, the keys is an official document accepted from the European regulation. So we are absolutely authorized to share this number and this data because these are the data and the number inside of the keys, the document for the investors. Contingent upon the success of fundraising rounds and market stability. And look at this. This is the key scenario. This is the paper who received the investors. So all the people that in 2025 put their money in the Corsair Capital, this is the paper they receive from the official broker, licensed in all Europe. If you own in 2000, look at this. These are management estimates based on 10,000 euro in shares received in 2025, already net of dilution. They are neither promised nor guaranteed returns. Of course, we speak about the investment, so nothing is sure 100% because we speak about investment. But this is the estimation, the official estimation value by 2029. I mean, I put 10,000 euro in 2025 in the Corsair Capital, or I get shares because I am a Corsair Connect partner. Because you know, when you reach the third star, for example, you get 1,000 euro in share. When you go to the 4-star, you get 5,000 euro more. When you reach the 5-star, you get 25,000 euro in shares. When you go to 6-star, you get 250,000 euro in shares. So let's make the example that you had 10,000 euro, you bought shares in 2025 for 10,000 euro. Look, in the worst case scenario, in the estimate value of your 10,000 euro in 2029 will be 36,200 euro. In the normal scenario, if you put 10,000 euro last year in the Corsair Capital, in 2029, your 10,000, the valuation will be 51,800 euro, 51,800. In the best case scenario, if everything will follow, your 10,000 will grow to 62,200 euro. These are the official number evaluated and estimated and audited by an external broker who get the realistic investment of Corsair Capital. Now let's go to the third part, which the part who interests to all these 44 people now connecting this room. Of course, these things are interesting for you if you work in the network, if you work in Corsair Connect. Because if you're not working, if you're not making the career, you will not get any shares. But if you are working, if you are making the career in the Corsair Connect, you are getting shares. And work for equity. You work, you build, and you become a shareholder. So you work, you start the activity in the Corsair Connect network, you build your network and begin to grow as a Corsair Connect partner. For example, you contribute to the growing of the company. For example, you produce with your group 250,000 euro and you go to the 3rd star. You work and your team generate a revenue of at least 250,000 euro. First star, 1,000 euro in shares in the Corsair Capital. And you become a shareholder. Corsair Capital shares are located at the company's discretion. We will speak after about that. The discretionary shares will be distributed in the coming weeks, starting for this week. So from this week and in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, we will have hundreds of partners in the Corsair Connect who will start to be shareholders in the Corsair Capital. Prior to the opening of the Corsair Capital second round. So before we launch the second round of the Corsair Capital, all the previous shareholders will get their shares. Scheduled for between August and September, the launch of the Corsair Capital 2. Those receiving them now will become a shareholder based on the December 2025 evaluation. So if I get share from last year, from 2025, I will get the share based on the value of the company of 250 million, the evaluation for 2025. So let's make an example. Now we get these shares. But for example, if the value of the Corsair Group in 2026 go, again, this is only an example, from 250 million to 500 million, the value of my share will be double. So I already make 100% more. So congratulations for all the people that in the next weeks will receive the shares of the Corsair Capital. Let me explain you perfectly these important things, because discretionary, the word to remember. Just to be clear, there is no written nowhere. There is written nowhere that you making the career, you will get the share in the company. No. In the contract, there is written that you, when you go to 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4, you get the money. But the share is a discretionary reward, only for the ones who deserve it. So I mean that the company will check each Corsair Connect partner, and the company will decide if they deserve the share in the company. Discretionary means that the allocation is decided by the board based on the partner's contribution. It is not an automatic contract right. There is no written nowhere that you go to the 3 star and you must receive this share. So what you can say regarding the share for the people that make the career in the Corsair Connect? That share, you can say what to say. And after we see what do not say. Shares awarded at the company's discretion based on a contribution. More you contribute to the company and more share you will get. Recognition of the work involved in building the network. The opportunity to become a shareholder through one's work. What never to say? You are entitled to X shares, or the shares are guaranteed. No. Promising quantify of share, specific dates, or future share values, you can't do that because nobody knows which will be the future value of this share. Present the share as due compensation or salary. No, this is only a reward. Now let me go to the last part of this meeting. Just let's go in the deep and in the practical thing. For the fourth part, where we operate. 3 high growth market. Now let me explain you why to become a shareholder in the Corsair Capital and automatically in the Corsair Group can be a great opportunity, a great chance for our lives. 3 markets. We are the leading company in 3 different markets, not only one. The first one is the chemical recycling, advanced molecular plastic recycling. driven by the European regulation on mandatory recycled content. Just to remind you, the 12th of August will become operative a European law for the packaging, for all the companies that use packaging. Corsair, the ISCC certified pyrolyze, off-take agreements with Shell, Aster, and Kera Energy. This is where we are today. This is what Corsair did in the last 6 years. And now let me show you something amazing. Because you all know what Corsair does, what Corsair did in the last 6 years. Let me show you this. First of all, I want to thank Riccardo today because he prepared yesterday this slide. It worked 3-4 hours to prepare this slide. We did the same in Italy. He did the same in Italy. And this number he find on the web. So these are official data. This training is recorded. You can go and you can check alone. How public market value advanced recycling. So these are all competitors from the Corsair group. Maybe they not work in the chemical recycling. Maybe they work in the mechanical recycling, but they work in the advanced recycling. And all these companies are listed in the public exchange, all of them. Let me tell you something. Pure cycle technology. Okay, there is something in the slide. I don't know why. Pure cycle technology is listed in the Nasdaq. The value, the market cap, I mean the value of this company on the market is $1.17 billion. Okay, 1.2 billion, the value on the Nasdaq. But you know which was the revenue of this company in the last 12 months, the turnover in the last year? They made almost $11 million. So this means the turnover of this company was $11 million. But the value of the company on the stock exchange is $1.17 billion. So this means that there is pair 136 times the turnover respect the value of the company. Amazing. And listen, Outdoor Clean Technology. Again, is listed in the Nasdaq exchange. You can go and check. The market cap is $457 million. Pre-ricavi, I mean no turnover. They still have to start to work. So this company, they don't have a turnover. But the evaluation of the company is near to $500 million. Agilix, this is listed in the Oslo Stock Exchange. Evaluation market cap $293 million. The turnover of this company last year was $1.2 million. So something like $100,000 per month, the turnover. So there is plus the pair 200 times the value of the company respect the turnover of the company. Carbios, Euronext Paris, France. Market cap 155 million. The turnover of the company 160,000 euro in the last year. Loop Industries is in the Nasdaq. Evaluation, the market cap $46 million. Last year they did something like $440,000 in turnover, in all year turnover. Why? Why this happened? Look at this. The public market price is future expectation, technology, installed capacity, and off-take agreements, not the current revenue. When the investors invest in this company, they don't invest in the value of today. They invested their money in this company because they are a listed company. They invest their money in this company for the future projection, not for the value they have today. Look at this. This is their value today, their turnover, and this is the real value on the market. Let's jump to another market where we work, the plastic credit. Today, the CSR plastic credit is the most selling plastic credit in the world. The emerging plastic offset market. Companies fund plastic recovery to meet CSR ESG goals. Corsair Connect core product. This is the product we sell with the network of the Corsair Group, the Corsair Connect. Another business. So chemical recycling is one thing, but plastic credit, just because no one of this company, they have their plastic credit. No one. They make money only in the chemical recycling. We make money in the chemical recycling and in the plastic credit. Trust me, the plastic credit market will be billions. The turnover we will do in the future with the Corsair Connect, billions. And then the network marketing, as I told you now, distribution channel. The network grows alongside the market without fixed sales cost. It acts as a distribution multiplier. No one of this company has a network marketing. So this is what the Corsair has. Chemical recycling, leading market. Plastic credit, leading market. Network marketing, we are the only network marketing in the world today, like we are like Corsair Connect. So the question, listen to this, and we close. A thought-provoking comparison. So let me make to this 46 person just a few questions. Let me ask you. Let me make you this question. Okay. Let's speak about what Corsair has today. We have operational facility in Bangkok and in Finland in actual production. Many listed comparable companies are still pre-commercial. Some of these, they neither are producing oil right now. They produce zero oil. ISCC and REACH certification, among the first in Southeast Asia and Europe to gain access to major international off-takers. Off-take partners, sorry. We sell our oil to Shell, Aster, Kera Energy, and another new company bigger than Shell, that at the moment we can't say the name, but we are still selling our oil, have been periodized oil customers since 2023. Are almost 4 years, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 4 years we sell oil to this company. 4 years now. And plastic credit and network marketing, markets, revenues, and assets not present in other companies focused solely in the chemical recycling. So the last question for tonight is, question for you. If the public market applies these criteria, how would it evaluate a group with actual production and already active petrochemical partners? So if the market say that this company has this value, what can happen to the Corsair Group when in the next 2-3 years we will be listed in the New York Stock Exchange? Which can be the value of this company in the next 2 to 3 years? And which can be the value for you if you have the shares in the Corsair Capital, which owns a percentage in the Corsair Group? Which can be the value for you? And the funny things, okay, we are almost to the end. And the funny thing is that people simply working in this business, simply working in the Corsair Connect, simply making career, will receive this share for free. The people who are working, so I mean not everyone, will get this share for free. And now I'm very happy because in the next weeks hundreds of people all around the world will receive their first pieces of paper, the official documentation that they are officially shareholders in the Corsair Capital. And this is it. And again, it's the first time in 33 years I can become the owner of the company which I support to build, which I help to build. Okay? I hope you like this topic because, you know, sincerely, I don't like to speak about this topic in the training of the network market because it doesn't make any sense. Okay? The client doesn't need to know this information to buy a package. Of course, these are information for you. These are information for the partner. And one time a year, I like to speak to let the people understand where you are. Next week, I will do the same. Next week, I will explain you perfectly what is the buyback program. Next week, I will perfectly understand how the buyback in the future can bring the value of all our CSR to the moon. Only the buyback. Next time. But again, all this information are unnecessary if you are not involved in the network. So you can be a part of this. Of course, you can buy shares in the Corsair Capital. You can buy shares in the Corsair Capital. Everyone can, but you can buy. You have to take your money and invest your money in the Corsair Capital. Working in the Corsair Connect, you can get this share for free. And I believe I have nothing more to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your to stay here with us tonight. See you next Tuesday, okay? The last Tuesday before the break, the 4th of August, where I will explain you perfectly the bomb of the buyback. Okay? So thank you very much. Let me open up the microphone. And nothing. Enjoy your night.
Andre, please, where do we find the new website? We don't have no website.
Harry, write me personally. I don't understand the word. We have a website. Of course we have.
How to find it? How to find it?
CorsairGroup.com. Which site?
CorsairGroup.com. That's a new one?
But who is you don't know even the Harry, write me in private, please. If not, I can kill you. You don't know the site.
How can I write you in private? How can I write you in private?
Write me in private. Write me in private. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you,
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.